Welcome this morning. Thank you for your patience and for being here. I do want to acknowledge Adina Zarakova, who's from the Disability Law Center, and Dave Jensen from the Labor Commission, who are here today with us to celebrate this moment. And I'll start by thanking my hand team as well. Let's get good luck, because these people are amazing. Really, we are changing how our city is being built through this team behind me. And their extraordinary vision and capability of creating a community of equity. And I'm very proud and grateful to all of them for the work they've been doing. And it's not been easy. We've been working fast and feverishly to make sure we get ahead of projects, and we are able to incorporate affordability into these projects. Housing equity is a fundamental part of the work that we are doing to build a city for everyone, and has been a part of the civil rights struggle that we continue to see today. No one should find themselves without a roof over their head because of race, age, sexual orientation, gender identity, economic status, disability, or national origin, which is why one of the main goals of the housing plan, Growing SLC, is to address equitable and fair housing. Housing discrimination is particularly troubling as it robs people of the stability that a home can bring, and it robs our entire community of the value of diverse neighborhoods and what they create for us. I am incredibly proud that for the last decade, Salt Lake City has led the way to eliminate this type of discrimination, once again demonstrating our unique place as the capital city of Utah. Throughout the month of April, Salt Lake City will host a number of events to demonstrate all we have been doing to create safe and welcoming homes for all people. On Monday, we will launch a new program with the VOA to ensure these dealing with mental illness find stability through housing. Later in the month, we will also launch a program with Utah Community Action and the school district to bring housing and educational stability to low-income and young people who are experiencing homelessness. And to close the month, we will be honoring members of our community who have been working on fair and equitable housing with the first ever Community Development and Fair Housing Awards. These events celebrate the accomplishments of the HAND staff and the partners that they have brought to the table with them. Now I will read and sign the Fair Housing Month proclamation to kick off this month. Whereas April marks the 51st anniversary of the passage of the Title VIII of the Civil Rights Act of 1968, as amended, commonly known as the Federal Fair Housing Act, which seeks to eliminate discrimination in housing opportunities and to affirmatively further housing choice for all American people. And whereas in the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development has declared April to be Fair Housing Month, and whereas Salt Lake City welcomes this opportunity to join the federal government, the state and local jurisdictions across America in this celebration of the rich diversity of our communities and the right of all people to live where they choose without fear of discrimination, regardless of race, color, religion, sex, disability, gender identity, or expression, sexual orientation, familial status, or national origin. And whereas Salt Lake City led the way to further protect individuals from housing discrimination by enacting the Fair Housing Policy of 2009, as amended to include sexual orientation and gender identity or expression, of which Salt Lake County and the state of Utah later enacted. And whereas Salt Lake City implemented in 2017 Growing SLC, a 5-year housing plan, the city's first housing plan in 20 years, with the guiding principle to build a city for everyone by ensuring access to city amenities for all residents while treating everyone with fairness, justice, and respect. Now therefore, I, Jacqueline M. Biskupski, Mayor of Salt Lake City, in my commitment to eliminate discrimination and increase opportunities in rental housing and home ownership so that all people can thrive, do hereby proclaim April 2019 as Fair Housing Month in Salt Lake City. This is for you. Thank you. You want to say a few words?
I will, for sure. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Adina Zaratnikova. I'm the Executive Director of the Disability Law Center. And on behalf of our Board of Trustees, our staff, but most importantly, on behalf of the clients we are privileged to serve, I enthusiastically applaud this proclamation, and I would like to extend and express my gratitude and appreciation to Mayor Biskupski for this important initiative. April is Fair Housing Month, and as we take a moment and celebrate fair housing laws in our country, we have an opportunity to reaffirm our solid belief that every American has a fundamental right to fair housing. They have the right to live where they choose, to raise a family, and to own a home in dignity and without fear of discrimination. The Utah Disability Law Center is known in our community for our legal advocacy on behalf of people with disabilities. But our fair housing program, I would like to point out that we assist people of all protected classes. And in addition to the 7 federally protected classes, the Utah Fair Housing Act prohibits discrimination on the basis of gender identity, sexual orientation, and source of income. And we're actively working with our congressional delegation in the hope that one day these important protections will be extended to every fellow American. When we started the Fair Housing Program in partnership with our state partner, the Utah Anti-Discrimination and Labor Commission, and our federal partner at HUD, there was sort of an urban legend that housing discrimination does not exist in Utah. Unfortunately, through our work with our partners, we have uncovered hundreds and hundreds of instances of housing discrimination in our state. Although blatant acts of discrimination still exist, it's been our experience that housing discrimination has become more subtle. It happens with a smile and a handshake, and therefore it's more difficult to discover. We will take this proclamation back to the office, Mayor, and we'll proudly display it in our lobby of the Community Legal Center as a reminder that although much has been accomplished, our work is not done. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'd like to thank our state and federal partners. And again, thank you, Mayor Biskupski, and thank you, Salt Lake City, for this tremendous honor.